Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. Golden Bachelorette Chock Chapple's hometown date was a first in Bachelor history. The Golden Bachelorette star, Joan went on 4 dates during her hometown's episode. During her visits to Guy Gansert, Pascal Evgey, Jordan Heller, and Chock Chapple's homes, she took in new sights and met many family members. But her date with Chock Chapple made Bachelor Nation history as a first for hometowns. Joan gets confirmation. On Wednesday, Joan went to all 4 of her final suitors' homes. She met many of their friends and family members. But one of the most important factors for Joan at this stage was to have confirmation that the men who moved forward could see a future with her. While she knew Guy Gansert and Chock Chapple's hearts were ready to accept her as a wife, she was unsure about Jordan Heller and Pascal Evgey. Although Chock was hesitant to tell her he loved her, he chose to give her the reassurance she was craving. Admittedly, he let his feelings out saying, "I'm falling in love with you." He knew he was risking a lot to wear his heart on his sleeve. She said, "Chock didn't hold back, he's all in." However, Chock's date made Bachelor Nation's history by taking Joan on a first for any of their series. Chock Chapple's hometown date was a first in Bachelor history. During the episode, the Golden Bachelorette showed Joan joining Chock Chapple in Wichita, KS. Undeniably, Chock is going through a difficult time in his life. While the filming was full of fun and laughs, unfortunately, there were many tears as well. Joan shared with her suitors she wasn't sure she was ready to move on. But suitors like Chock were open and honest about their struggles with grief and helped her understand the journey was worth opening her heart. Sadly, Chock shared about losing his fiancée, Kathy, to brain cancer. Then, during the filming, Chock's mother, Dr. Jill Cobb, also lost her battle with stage 4 cancer. Undoubtedly, it was extremely hard for him because he had talked about how special he was and how much he wanted Joan to meet her. Although it was heartbreaking for him to leave, he chose to return knowing there was a great connection with Joan. When she arrived in Wichita, Chock let her know they would be attending a memorial service for his mother. This was an unusual choice and something that has never happened in Bachelor Nation's history. But Chock wants to share the event with Joan because it is something very important to him. Likewise, it gave her a chance to know more about that piece of his heart. Chock Chapple's date was important for him to share. Undeniably nerve-wracking, Joan attended a friend and family-filled event that was very close to Chock Chapple's heart. Unmistakably, Chock was so proud of his mother and had planned for Joan to meet her. However, with her untimely passing, that wasn't an option. But sharing the joy and sorrow of the memorial service gave Joan a better understanding of the wonderful woman that Chock looked up to. Likewise, it was a deep expression of acceptance of Joan to invite her to attend when the family was vulnerable and mourning. Among the outpouring of love were Chock's 2 kids, his father, and the father of his late fiancée, Kathy. During the memorial, the family planted a tree in her honor, and they spoke touching words about her legacy. Although not the conventional date, Chock wanted Joan to be beside him even in the dark hours. This experience let Joan know how much she was valued by Chock and accepted by his family. Admittedly, he began to cry during the end of the service and embraced Joan, who he says is his rock during the tragic time. Since Joan lived her worst nightmare watching John Vassos die, this is a reminder of strength in a partner during difficult times. Chock Chapple included Joan for a life-defining moment. Unmistakably, Chock Chapple's date wasn't the traditional romantic date followed by meeting family. Instead, she was bombarded with seeing all of the most important people in Chock's life at once. Furthermore, Joan mentions how overwhelming it was to meet so many people at the same time. Likewise, it was an emotionally charged time for the family. Some fans think it was a creepy date or even a snooze fest, but Chock's heart seems to be in the right place. For people who have survived grief, Allowing someone to be present in those unpleasant moments is an act of trust. Joan understood it was a gift to be included with him and his family for such a life-defining moment. When Joan was wondering which of her suitors was ready to take the next steps, she had no question that Chock was being vulnerable with her. Likewise, Chock's family sees Joan bring out a different side of him. While Chock struggles to say he is in love, his actions show how much he cares for her. Chock Chapple's hometown date with Jerry Turner on Asterisk, The Golden Bachelor Asterisk, was nothing short of groundbreaking, making it a first in the history of the Bachelor franchise. With decades of life experience, unique family dynamics, and unfiltered authenticity, the date carried an emotional depth unlike anything seen before. Here's how it all unfolded and why it marked such a turning point in the show's history. Chock, known for his warm personality and wisdom, invited Jerry to his hometown of Atlanta, Georgia. The episode opened with a tour through some of Chock's favorite local spots, from the jazz-filled cafes of Midtown to his favorite art gallery that had a profound impact on his life. The date had a natural, almost cinematic rhythm, with Chock and Jerry laughing and reminiscing about their younger years. But the day's true significance came when they visited Chock's family home. Chock's family, consisting of his 2 children and 4 grandchildren, welcomed Jerry with open arms. However, what made this particular hometown date historic was Chock's approach to introducing Jerry not only as a romantic interest, but also as a potential addition to his family. In Bachelor history, families have often been skeptical of the rapid pace of romance on the show, but Chock's children expressed a deep understanding of their father's journey. His daughter, Camille, who had been hesitant about her father joining the show, surprised everyone by giving Jerry a warm embrace and thanking him for making her father feel seen and loved. This heart-to-heart moment became one of the most touching scenes in the show, resonating deeply with viewers. After meeting Chock's family, Jerry had a chance to sit down with Chock and discuss their future together. Chock revealed parts of his life that had previously remained hidden, opening up about his late spouse and how he believed that in some way they were guiding him on this journey. The intimacy of their conversation created a moment where both men expressed a rare vulnerability. It wasn't about getting caught up in a whirlwind romance. Rather, they shared a mutual understanding of the beauty and complexity of love, especially in later life. They acknowledged that love, at this age, isn't about idealized fairy tales, but about companionship, laughter, and finding someone who complements their journey. The date continued with a visit to Chock's community center, where he has volunteered for years. In a remarkable scene, Jerry watched as Chock taught a dance class to local seniors. The laughter and joy in that room were contagious, bringing a unique warmth to the episode. By allowing Jerry into this part of his life, Chock showed a glimpse of his everyday world and how he finds meaning in giving back. It was this aspect of Chock's personality, his dedication to others, that struck Jerry deeply, making him see Chock as not just a potential partner, but as an individual with a rich, multi-dimensional life. But the evening brought a twist that left fans stunned. Instead of a simple goodbye, Chock took Jerry to the rooftop of a local building with a breathtaking view of the Atlanta skyline. They stood there in silence for a moment, taking in the city lights, before Chock, to everyone's surprise, held Jerry's hand and said, "I'm ready to love again, and I'm hoping you are too." It was a simple, honest declaration that felt all the more profound because of its straightforwardness. In Asterisk, the Bachelor Asterisk and Asterisk Bachelorette Asterisk franchises, where moments are often heightened for dramatic effect, Chock's hometown date stood out for its realness and sincerity. For the first time, it felt as though the entire premise of finding love on a TV show was stripped away, and all that remained was a connection between 2 people who had weathered the ups and downs of life and still had hope for what lay ahead. It was a reminder that love isn't bound by age, and that sometimes it's the quiet, honest moments that mean the most. For Golden Bachelor fans, this date was an invitation to reimagine love and romance. Viewers were captivated not only by the unique format of a senior-focused Bachelor season, but also by the authenticity that Chock and Jerry brought to the screen. This episode wasn't about extravagant gestures or elaborate setups. It was about letting love unfold naturally in the context of real life, complete with family, community, and shared histories.